Now, today's top stories and Power of 5 weather from News 5. Sponsored by Akron Children's Hospital.
Good Sunday morning, Northeast Ohio, on this Browns home opening Sunday. The team coming off their first opening week win since 2004, and today they will look to do something that they have not been able to do since 1993, and that is start the season off 2-0. Bernie Kosar was the quarterback 29 years ago as the Bill Belichick-led Browns beat the San Francisco 49ers this week in 1993. Back then, Kosar made a reported $4 million in his final season with the team. Gasoline went for around $1.10 a gallon, and new car prices averaged just under $17,000. And overall, the U.S. dollar buys roughly half of what it could when that Week 2 win occurred back in 1993. Inflation back then, roughly 3%. Inflation announced this week, 8.2%. Inflation, of course, the key word. And on this Sunday morning, my colleague Jordan Vandenberg takes a look at a local company weathering the inflation roller coaster that we are all riding.
With its well-worn floors, Pulsar Products' Cleveland office is a place of bright color and bold designs. And CEO Eric Ludwig,
I started this in 1997 in my parents' basement in Shaker Heights,
has the unique challenge of planning for the future.
We're working on back to school 2023.
While simultaneously navigating the present.
You know, life of an entrepreneur, it's not all up. There's moments where the world drops out from you or containers get stuck at port, and those are not fun nights. But everyone thinks, oh, entrepreneur. But no, it is. It's how we navigated it.
Knowing when to zig and when to zag is the hallmark of entrepreneurship. Pulsar Products designs and develops unique stationery, journals, and other creative consumer products. One of its biggest launches,
this is the biggest deal that I've done,
will come to 2,000 Walmart locations next month. All the while, they've had to overcome inflation at every link of the supply chain.
There's all these hands down the supply chain, and they're all trying to get a little more than they are used to getting because they need to get more to make up for all their rising costs.
For the rising raw material costs, that's affecting everyone. The material costs are up, transportation is up, so just getting this product, the paper, to our printers is a lot more.
Inflation can also be felt when the company goes to finance inventory purchases. Despite these challenges, President PJ Kaczynski,
my job is to make everybody else better,
says Pulsar continues to write new chapters, expanding and adding staff.
It's because we can pivot when necessary, and when an opportunity arises, we can stop what we're doing because we're small enough and fixate on something new.
Have things been nothing but rainbows and daisies? Hardly. But take note, their future is bold and bright. In Cleveland, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.
A big part of the inflation calculator, as Jordan mentioned, is the supply chain, impacting the moving of both our raw materials and finished products to market. A big part of that is rail, and a major crisis was averted this week with a tentative agreement averting a nation-crippling rail strike that would have hit Ohio consumers, manufacturers, and farmers hard. The latter a group Senator Sherrod Brown has been meeting with, including this week, as he prepares to help to write the next farm bill.
One of the first questions was about the rail strike. Did I believe the reports that were happening overnight? And they understood what that means. The questions I hear, farmers are concerned about input costs. They want their farms, they want to do local growing and local sales. And if you can help farmers in Ohio be closer to their markets, whether they're selling grain for ethanol or whether they're selling apples directly to the market, that really is the mission of those of us who work with them on writing a farm bill.
We are just over 3 weeks away from the start of early voting in the 2022 midterm elections. And while the race for U.S. Senate, Governor, and Congress tend to take the political oxygen out of the room, there are a couple of key races statewide for the Ohio Supreme Court that you may want to pay attention to. State House reporter Morgan Trowell has more.
The redistricting debate has put the Ohio Supreme Court in the spotlight, and Ohio voters have varying opinions about the actions of the justices.
There's no honest and open and full debate because the Republicans can ram through whatever they want. And that's not how our democracy is supposed to work.
With 3 seats available this November, Democratic voter Barbara Friedman-Yasik says it's essential for voters to use their voices to elect progressive candidates to the court, so they don't need to rely on a Republican justice to side with fairness. Republican voter John Tamburello agrees the court needs to be fair, and if voters elected a Republican justice, that justice should reflect their views.
Very rogue current Supreme Court with their redistricting, they cause so much chaos.
Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor, a Republican, has crossed party lines and consistently sided with the Democratic justices on redistricting, upsetting her party. But in the end, a federal court sided with the Republicans. If the legislature is just going to do whatever it wants, then does the Supreme Court even matter?
Well, at the most general level, the Ohio Supreme Court is the final word on almost every question of Ohio law.
Constitutional law expert Jonathan Enton says the court is normally listened to, and it is the most powerful branch of the state, deciding on abortion laws, gun access, and housing issues. The justices are supposed to be elected as nonpartisan candidates, but for the first time, the candidates' party affiliations will be listed on the ballot. At the State House, Morgan Trow, News 5.
With Democracy 2022, I'm John Kosick. Enjoy your Sunday.
It's a home opener for the Browns, and this afternoon is going to be gorgeous by kickoff, 1 p.m. We're looking at 82 degrees. Temperatures potentially into the mid-80s. We'll also notice during the afternoon some breezy winds and more clouds gradually throughout the day. And that's because our rain chances are going up overnight and into Monday morning. Notice here isolated showers tonight and then increasing, becoming scattered during the afternoon on Monday, especially in our eastern communities. And that's where we could see some strong or even severe storms. This is the system pushing toward us, giving us that threat for showers and storms as we move into Monday morning. Getting an idea here, the rest of your daytime hours today look mainly dry, maybe a stray shower or two with increasing clouds. This is what it looks like for the commute tomorrow. Widespread rain, and then as I mentioned, some redevelopment of scattered showers and storms during the afternoon, some of which could be strong or severe, mainly dry on Tuesday.
Sponsored by Akron Children's Hospital.